and we back, beautiful people. Yes, 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 we back. So I just appreciate y'all once again for joining us one more week to be in the land of the living, like Big Mama say. I love Big Mama, man. She always keep us humble and grounded, man. So without any further ado, let me just introduce this panel. But before I do something, I just want to welcome y'all to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. So you'll be able to understand when we go live. We want you to tell other people about what we got going on. We want you to come on in the room. This one's gonna be a good one. I promise you. And so what we want to do is I'm gonna introduce the panel, and up front we got Young Kane. This is the King Lemuel.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show. We got another show with my boys, with Los and Rome. And we're going to bring it again like we normally do every Wednesday. You know how we get down. Come on, have a seat. Get some popcorn. Get your favorite wine, a drink, or whatever you got going on, and have a seat with us. It's going down.
Hey, and for the people that's of a senior and don't do a little drink, and go and get your communion in there, because this gonna be a good one. I promise you. Sit back, relax. It's gonna be a good one. And then, hey, without further ado, Romy, come on, tell us about it, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, good evening, good night for some of those. Boy Tarjay, as they would say in other parts of the world. For those who know, they know. That's what we're going to do. We world travelers around here. And as you know, if you read that word, the Lord was a world traveler. So I'm trying to be like the real king around here and my brother King Lim. Let's go.
Bon dia, then. So okay, look, we gonna go and get out y'all, man. Without further ado, uh, today, man, is something I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm kind of embarrassed, but I ain't. I just learned out about this term called love bombing. I didn't even know it was a such thing, right? So let me give y'all the definition. We're gonna break this thing all the way down, and we're gonna talk to you about love bombing. Do y'all know what that is? Have y'all ever experienced it? Like, come on, man, let us know about this love bombing. So, love bombing is an attempt to influence, control, or manipulate a person by excessively trying to demonstrate attention, admiration, or affection. I know that's a lot. I know that's a lot, but I just had to hit y'all with what love bombing was. This is another definition. Love bombing is a form of emotional manipulation, mostly done by narcissists to control or and manipulate. And we know y'all ladies like that word narcissist, right? So it's our turn to break it all the way down. We're gonna dive in here deep. Hey, we gonna go on here and say a prayer for that boy Bishop. We ain't heard from him in a while. I know he out the country right now. So we gonna say a prayer for him. And this one goes out to you. We gonna shout out to your boy Bishop, because we know this right up his alley as we talk about relationships and love bombing, narcissists, and the 666 is what they talk about. So come on in here first, Lim, and come on, break down your thoughts about love bombing.
And ladies and gentlemen, so when we talk about love bombing, that word manipulation sticks out. And this goes both ways because you can have men who will love bomb to get that you know what. And you got women who love bomb to go on many dates. They want to be courted. They want to be romantic. They want to, to go out, down wine them. And they want to feel that level of attention to detail that you thought about them enough to do XYZ. And some women, let me just say it, will find ways to manipulate the scales to get it. How about this, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know if you guys been watching YouTube, but there are certain types of ladies. Well, I use that term loosely. Lady, everybody, hey, just because a woman got a hoo-ha, don't make her a lady. Now let me just say that. But certain type of women have made comments on YouTube, Instagram. Some people have made memes out of them, and these comments are like this: I don't do coffee dates. I don't do meet me for a drink. I don't do that. If you can't take me out to a restaurant, sit me down. They don't want to sit at the bar, fellas. They want to sit in the booth. sit down at a table with the candles lit and have the moonlight hitting them in the face. Hey, they want all of that. If you can't give them that, they don't call it a date nowadays. If you single and you know what I'm talking about. So women are adamant, some, not all, are adamant about getting an experience. And here's the cold part about their type of love bombing, fellas. They want an experience even if they don't really like the guy that's providing the experience. And that's where it becomes manipulative. Now, we on the other side, I'll tell on us, fellas. Just call it a tug of war. It is what it is. So we go out, and this is how we love bomb. We put extras on it. We all, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm looking for a relationship. I'm ready to settle down. And truth be told, fellas, we got to tell the truth, shame the devil. You just want to get in between that soft, that gush, so that thing. You want that thing. You want the, let's call it what it is. So both parties love bomb. It's not a one-sided thing. So I want to throw that out there. And I know Ron gonna take it away. Let me throw in that Magic Johnson sis from Los Angeles.
Wait. Before you throw wrong the assist, let me paint the scenario. Let me paint the picture, right? Let me paint it real quick. Okay, close your eyes. Go. I want you to jump on them a ride for a minute, man. Take a little ride with me, right? I got a little gas money. Close your eyes and follow me on this one, right? I'm a man, and I'm trying to date this girl because this is what love bombing is. Follow me on this one. Okay, so I'm trying to date this girl. Hey, baby girl. Oh my God, I'm so glad we met. Man, you mean the world to me. I'm saying the Tony Bright, you mean the world to me. You are my everything. And I'm telling her all of this, right? I take her to the nice maestros. You know, I got her whatever she want. And then I said, I'll pay your rent, baby. Hey, won't you could just move in here? Because all I'm saying to you is I really, really want to be with you and only you. And so now everything I'm doing in these 3-4 weeks, and I'm putting all of this stuff in this, like Lim said, I'm putting the extras on it, but I'm doing this fast. Baby girl, look, let's get some matching shoes. See, back in the day in Chicago, we used to go Great America together. It used to be dressed alike. So I'm doing all of this stuff right in the beginning. And I'm saying, baby, ooh, baby, I mean, whatever you want, it's all about you. Everything you want in a man, I can be that. But the girl ain't really understanding that this is happening way too fast. This normally happens. And then guess what? In the era we live in, Rome, just keep your eyes closed, because in the era we live in, you got this Love is Blind, you got Married at First Sight, you got 90 Day Fiance, you got all of these shows that's telling you it ain't really a big deal to go ahead and do it right now. Like that's kind of like back in the day when you watched cartoons, you had the good spirit and the bad spirit on each side of your shoulder telling you, go ahead, and what could be so wrong? He paying your bills, he taking your son his basketball game, he out there sweating and practicing with your son, he doing all this day 3. And then my man say, won't you go ahead and leave your toothbrush here? Like this your whole side of the room. And so now you look up and now you in a full-fledged relationship 2 weeks. And then my man don't want you around your family. You ain't talked to your mom in 2 weeks. And all you know is my man is landing on thick. Like haha say, he landed that thing on thick. And you wake up and you in a full-blown relationship. This, ladies and gentlemen, Rome, you can open your eyes. This, ladies and gentlemen, is love bombing. Woke up and now you in love. And you ain't even know how did you get it. That's how that song got it. How did you get here? Ain't nobody supposed to be here. I tried this love thing time and time. I don't know that song. But I'm just trying to tell you that's how the song came about. Because it just happened so fast. You looked up and he's perfect. He's my perfect gentleman. And guess what? You look up. Have y'all ever saw that Tyler Perry movie when my man he had the private jet and he had the AIDS and he gave old girl the letters and all that good stuff? I'm just trying to explain to y'all that this love bombing stuff really, really happens. So it's my perspective to take up from the female perspective. I'm gonna let Lim come on in here with the male, but I'm gonna side with the females today because I've seen this love bombing stuff happen numerous of times, and I just learned what it was. So now you could throw that Magic Johnson pass. And by the way, I see that Michigan State. Magic Johnson. Now you can throw the Magic Johnson pass to wrong because he went to Michigan State. I went to Norfolk State, but he went to Michigan State, and we'll let him go ahead and tell what he got. Go ahead.
Well, good people, go green, as we say, go white. Since my brother put that out there. Let me just say, man, like the older folks would say, I got to clutch my pearls with this one, man. This is some new millennial stuff, man. Y'all talk about love bombing. I'm looking up stuff today and all week. I'm like, man, I told y'all I am done with school. Y'all coming up with all this new terminology. But let's be honest, folks. The times we living in, all of that don't shack, all of them things has went out the window for most people. Because all it takes is that young man to have the six figures, to have the nice house, the nice car, and as my brother Bishop would say, the six you know what inches or more in the special place. All I'm saying is we coming up in the time where it's not about the values, it's not about his morals, it's not about any of those things. How many times have you, Los, you, Lim, anybody out there have heard young ladies say, I don't even know what we are? I don't understand those type of women because I always tell women the ball is always in your court. When we propose to you, you got to say, I will or I won't. On the wedding day, you say, I do, or you run and kick them with a shoe. Whatever you're going to do, you got to say, I will and I do. So my thing is, the ball is always in their court. So I want to know for you, my brother, if you're going to represent the young ladies today, that means they didn't gave you some heat and they didn't gave you some experiences that they have. Yeah, act that dude. Hey, I was something like Bron. You got to do that. Hey, all I'm saying is go ahead and represent for them ladies with the comments they gave you, because what I'm looking at, it says excessive compliments, frequent communication, rapid relationship progression, like you just talking about, 2 weeks, gift giving, and isolation. So you just touched on all of that, and it's 2 weeks. But guess what? You're getting Prada, you're getting Gucci bags, you're going on lavish trips. He booking your flight to, hey, y'all ladies out there, that's a topic for another day. Y'all love Jamaica. Wonder why. Let me do some research. So y'all going to Jamaica, y'all going to all these other places on y'all destinations, and you like, girl, look at this. You posting on social media, you're doing all of these different things because everybody wants you to see what they doing. Most times they don't even show you the guy that they with. They posting their pictures in bathrooms. If you look at those photos, they posting the pictures on the beach. They posting a picture from the balcony. You never get a chance to really see who that guy is a lot of times. And a lot of times you looking at those situations and you have questions from the outside looking in, and you ask the person, hey, where were you at? Who was you with? Oh, I was just there on a little solo trip. And come to find out weeks later, they wasn't on that solo trip. They just don't know what that situation is. So that's how they get into what we call situationships. I'll pass the ball back to my brother.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. I'll take it from here real quick, just real quick. So on the flip side, you're right, right? Just say, for example, you are absolutely right. But the problem is with the women, and what they told me is you got to be cautious, right? So although I'm really, really infatuated with this guy, he's very, very intriguing to me. I'm willing to be flued out, to Dubai, he's showing me all these different things. He's so much more experienced than than I am. So in order for me to really release and let my heart go, and then post him on social media so my family and friends could be all in my business, I have to be sure. So you're judging me because I'm not posting this guy on my Instagram, but at the end of the day, I have to be sure that he is the one for me. So on one side of the coin, I really, really like him. I can see a future with him because little did you understand. I want you to rewind, and this is why I love this boy Lim. I'm ready. You next, Lim. So I want you to really revert it back to yourself, right? What about when you was in seventh, eighth grade and they hit you with who hurt you? And when you was really, really in love with old girl and she ended up dating another dude and you got your feelings all in the bunch, right? And now your feelings was hurt. And now you vowed to yourself you would never let this happen again. So imagine how you felt then, and you never gave your heart away completely because you had other options. Us as women, from what I'm hearing from them, I'm just, I'm playing the devil advocate, but the women feel that this is something that they continue to be vulnerable with because this is something that they open to being hurt time and time after again, because ever since they was at home playing with the black Barbie doll, they can see a future with the house and the mansion and the picket fence and the dog and two kids, and they living happily ever after. They envisioned this ever since they were 6 years old. And so every time it don't happen with Tyrone, Larry, John, Paul, and Peter, they keep coming back and back again, having hope and faith and love that it's going to turn around. So just like this story and the man flying them over to Dubai, they remembering this wicked story of the Cinderella and how he came and rescued them and swept them off the feet, and knowing that it was going to be a good situation until they end up being controlled and manipulated. And guess what? They did not see this happen because they trying to display some loyalty based on what they saw Big Mama do in her house coat. Come on in here, Lil.
Nah, I'm gonna get to you, but I gotta tell my man Rome, get out of there about that Jamaica. Get out of there. Hey, get out of there, brother. See, we got to do a whole show. Let me just say this before I go to my get on you, Los. We got to do a whole show on what's going down in Jamaica, ladies. Y'all ain't fooling nobody, but I'll leave y'all alone right now. Just hold on to that thought. But back to what you said, Los. So you have to distinguish between. You got to remember now, not every woman who's getting flued out is going with the intentions of a love connection. Some women get on these planes, again, like I said, knowing good and well they going for the trip. They going for, as let me go to the Bible, the leeks and the onions. Can I go there right there? Leeks, y'all, I'll leave y'all. Y'all ain't ready for Sunday school. What, they going for, they go, where y'all want to go, I go. You know, we go to the Bible. But no, they going for the experience. They're going to post pictures on IG. They're going to up their IG, Instagram, and portfolio, their count of subs. There's so many different reasons today. I'm not saying in the past, but there's so many different reasons and motives behind why women accept invitations to go on dates, go on trips, accept shopping sprees, knowing full well they may already have a dude at home. Come on now. Somebody talk to me. They might already have a man, I call him a background singer, who's singing and he look, the background singer, fellas, he ain't got to put him on no plane. He ain't got to take her out no dates. He ain't got to buy no handbags. And he's still getting the thing. Ladies, y'all ain't fooling me. I'm just telling the truth. Now, one more thing. I'll give it back to you. For the ladies who are still of the Big Mama era, let me talk to y'all. Okay, I talked to the other ones. I talked to the sexy reds, and let me talk to the ladies that hey, they still have hope. They still believe in love. Come on, Jodeci, do you believe in love and the promise? Okay, for those right there, for those women, here's what I'm gonna say to you. You have to be very selective because you have to also remember it's not always about what you want. It's also about the type of man and what he wants as well, and being able to partner with, put yourself in position to someone who's thinking kind of like you. That's the hard part, ladies. It's easy for y'all to go out on dates. It's easy for y'all to get men to buy you stuff because they want something. It's challenging for you to find a man who wants what you want. That's the challenge. Not with his mouth, but with his heart. He wants, that's what he wants. He want to settle down. He want the white picket fence. He want the Cinderella story. Well, you get what I'm saying. He wants what you want, and he wants to partner. That's the challenging part. So it's a twofold story. We got two opposing sides. We got the one women, they just content. Hey, put me on a plane, send me to Dubai. You got the other women who are saying, well, yeah, that ain't gonna just do it for me. I'm gonna need more than that. Because you gotta remember, some men can do that with multiple women. So that don't mean you special. So I'll leave it like that. Come on, Los. Come on back in. Get some of this.
Well, I mean, look, like I said, I had an opportunity to talk to a lot of women, right? In this case, right? And I'm just playing devil advocate, but at the end of the day, it is. I just want to be. I want to be honest. I just believe in my naive mind that there's more classy women that still exist than the i.e. Sexy Red. I'm sorry, Sexy Red, but I'm just using you as an example, right? But I think it's more classy women that want that white picket fence and to be married and or let's park it here, Lim. We could even just talk about the women that's in the church or in the temples or in the kingdom hall, right? So we could talk about them women. And it's some women that wants the fairy tale. They want to still be able to love again. They still want to be able to be charmed. They still want to be able to have a man that displays chivalry, to be romantic and still have an edge and a little bit of hood to him, but still can take care and guard my heart. You could guard a lot of other stuff, but can you guard my heart? And what I'm trying to explain to you is I know that these men exist. You know why? Because I'm one, right? And I came from a breed of a lot of men that my dad created, right? Because he showed us the right way. And what I'm saying to you is the romantic man still exists. Now, if a man fly you out to Dubai, it's some expectations. I'm gonna be really, really real. So just make sure you take notes on that. If you get flew out even on Spirit up the street to Texas or Rancho Cucamonga, it's some expectations, is what I'm trying to explain. And guess what? Big Mama should have told you that. Cause like that's why Big Mama told you don't walk out the house with no holy drawers on or back. And she told you that because if you got in a car accident and you didn't want to be embarrassed, and she also, I shouldn't say this, and you hear me stuttering, but she also talked about the overnight bag and all the it's some classy women out here, is what I'm saying, and they still care about hygiene. They care about being classy. They care about being respectful. Now, I'm not condoning sex before marriage. That's not what I'm condoning, right? But it happens, and if it happens, you got to be able to understand that there is consequences that comes with attaching yourself to somebody else. It's a such thing called soul ties, whether you believe that or not, right? And when you're intimate with somebody, it's more than just being intimate. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and go home the next day. And like Lim say, lift the leg up. It's a little bit more than that because there's some soul ties there. And so at the end of the day, whether it's good or bad, because we ain't even talking about that. We talking about there is soul ties. And when you connect your soul with somebody else by being intimate, there's connection there, whether you believe it or not. So love bombing is really, really real. And I see a comment saying it is, so they agree with me. So that means I'm doing my I'm doing my thug thizzle, representing the women in this case. But come on, Romy, I want to hear from you as it relates to the classy women that still want to be married again, and they've been tricked, bamboozled, led astray by these dudes that's trying to love bomb them. What's your take? Because you seem like a gentleman.
Hey, hey, I love that you say seem. That depends. No, no, hey, that depends on the person on the opposite side. And my thing is, you have to be a man of integrity, no matter where you go. So that's how I always been raised, and that's how I've always been taught. But most of all, I'm a man of God. And so at the end of the day, don't come over here with no foolishness, because I know just as much scripture as you. I know more deeper things than you, even more than what your pastor teaching. And so don't come over here playing no games. So my thing is, for the ladies, it's mighty funny that y'all use intuition for a lot of things, but you don't use intuition on who you choose, because a lot of times, let's be real, some of the women get caught up in look good, felt good, all of the saying, like same thing with Eve, the eye on the fruit looking so good, you got to touch it, we got to do this, we got to do that, and that instant gratification is what they're looking for. And sometimes that instant gratification can be Dubai. I want to go to Dubai. I haven't been yet. You know why I haven't been? Not necessarily because of the money. I don't want to deal with 140 degrees. I can't seem to get myself together to build up for this trip. But guess what? Starting next year, I'm gonna put it on the roster, and we going. Some point, I'm gonna go over there and tough it out. I've been doing the research. They say the best time to go is between November and March. They said all the other months is too hot. So we're gonna stick with Dubai for that. I'm gonna school y'all folks out there who like to travel. Whether you going in a situation where you get flued out, as my brother Lo said, be careful, young ladies, because Big Mama used to tell you, you know what I'm saying? Do not give up that thing without the person purchasing the cow, I'm sorry. And if you go out there and do those grown folks type things, you're going to get grown folks results. And grown folks results sometimes equal pain, equals hurt. My brother used an example early representing the ladies about something going so fast that in 2 weeks, he's trying to isolate you from your friends and your family already. So at the end of the day, ladies, you have to use, this is why I say, for those who are believers, ask God specifically for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and also spiritual discernment. I said a couple of weeks ago, one time I was at a festival. The gentleman came up to the young lady, trying to talk to the young lady, beautiful young lady. I'm in line at the food truck, he in line at the food truck. He approaches the young lady, spitting they say nowadays, rizzing her up. The young lady said, so can I get your number? She said, well, it depends. He said, it depends on what? She said, if you're married or not. My man, old girl had to be a woman of God. When I tell you, this dude not only said I'm married, he said, I got 3 kids, I got this, I got that. And she said, no way you getting my number. Now that right there was a woman of virtue. That thing blessed me when I was out there. I started talking to her. I said, now whoever taught you that word taught you something, young lady. The rest of these young ladies, sometimes they get caught up. Girl, he was 6'3". He got all those muscles. He got that nice Benz. He got all of this. But guess what? You done looked over the 5'10" brother like myself. College educated, got this going for myself, got that going for myself. And because I'm not 6 feet, you didn't excluded me, but I'm cool with that. But guess what? You want me to be with you 10 years later, 5 kids later, and think I'm supposed to accept everything, but I tried to talk to you before all of the mess. And now you want me to have the rest. Big Mama told me I can have the food today and the leftovers tomorrow. I don't want your leftovers today. Sorry, I'm bigger than that. And I use my discernment like you should, young ladies out there. You got
So
to use that discernment.
so let me jump on in here. Hey, Lo said 100% wrong. Don't ignore your women intuition. So forget all that intuition stuff, right? So I'm saying that respectfully, Lo. I love you. So the reason I'm saying that is because what if and this is what I love about this. Most people that's narcissists and most people that love to manipulate and they cold at it, they don't even know they got a problem. Let's start there. They super duper cold at this, been doing it for years. And at the end of the day, they don't even understand this manipulation. So one of my other homegirls told me this. She said, let me tell you what love bombing really is. It's a
Mm,
cover up. They gonna love bomb you so you really don't understand how trifling they really are at the end of the day. They trying to rush to do all the stuff in 6 days that should be done in 6 months. And I was like, ooh. So they want to actually make a deposit into you while they continue to take way more than what they spent on you out of
mm,
you. And I
mm,
was like, man, that's powerful. She hit me with that heat with that one, right? So when I say the intuition, intuition is understanding that a man is not crap and he doing this purposely to manipulate me. But what if I have a controlling nature? I don't like you listening to the birds outside when you talking to me. It's too much noise in the background while we talking. It's too much of a distraction while I got you on the phone. And I want you to be able to give me your undivided attention. But in order for us to get there, for me to shut all that down, I got to make you comfortable with me to try to please me in every way because you want to be my wife. So now you cooking for me, cleaning for me. And oh my God, I can see myself with him. And this is blissful. Isn't it, babe? I love you, babe. Won't you go and make me some? You know what? I brought you your favorite flowers. And then the next day we get on the phone and I'm at work. Why all that noise in the background? No, I'm really trying to talk to you. Won't you go somewhere where I can hear you? I'm controlling the situation. Why you always with your friend Sheila? Why she always got to be around? Why it can't be just me and you? Why she always come on in here, Lil? I know I'm hitting on. Come on in here, Lil.
Well, this is good. This is good stuff. I want to say something, and might be a controversial take, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So I was listening to a broadcast this morning, and one of the brothers brought up a fact. He says it's in a woman's nature to be manipulative and deceitful. And I was like, hmm. So then he said, with us as men, so if you think about this, if you watched any show like Game of Thrones or something like that, or you're just in life, there's always a queen that's in the ear of a king, kind of steering him in the way maybe she thinks he should go. And because we know, going back to Adam and Eve, a woman's influence over a man is extremely powerful. So, could it be, fellas? I'm gonna put that on the table. Could it be that a woman is instinctually
Uh-oh.
manipulative? Maybe I don't like the word deceitful, but
Well,
she's
you already
cunning.
started. You already
Well,
out here.
I'll say it. I'll say cunning,
You already
cunning.
out here.
And here's where I'm going with it. Here's where I'm going with it. Because she knows she can't out physical a man. She can't be her physicality is not going to leverage the playing field. So she has to find other strengths to neutralize the power and strength of a man. So how does she do it? She has to be able to get inside of his head and think, what does he want? I can become something that he wants or an idea of what he wants. Now, where am I going with this? We talked about love bombing from one side, just from a man love bombing a woman. Well, I'm talking about a woman love bombing a man. She said she could cook when y'all met. She
Uh-oh.
said, She
Get out.
said, I'm gonna say
Get
it.
out of
She
there. Right.
said, hold on. She said she liked to have sex 5 days a week
Get
when
on
you
up
met her.
out of there, Lil.
She said that's what she told me.
And
She
keep
told
going.
me.
Keep going.
She said she could cook. She said she liked to get this swing that thing 5 days a week, and then come to find out. Oh Lord. Oh, and she told me, see, baby, I don't even like shopping like them other women. I'm frugal with my money. And then you get down to the nitty gritty, fellas. Come to find out, she's like, well, I'm tired, baby. I can't do it tonight. Well, I don't want to cook. Won't you go in there and fix you a hungry man TV dinner right quick? Baby, I know, I know, I know. I promised you tonight was gonna be tonight. Yeah, but I went on there and took a bath and fell asleep in the tub. And that's your night right there, baby. So ain't gonna be no thing jumping off. You got a hungry meal to go eat. And guess what? I spent $500 on your credit card because Susie and Misty talking about they wanted to go out and get some purses. So I lied about my shopping habit, I lied about my sex drive, and I lied about wanting to cook. Come on in here.
Well,
That's love bombing. Love
let me
bombing.
let me say this. Shout out to my homegirl Jerk. So Jerk said this might be true, but this also might be the woman that you're attracting, right? And so you also have to do, because Jerk and I talk about this a lot, right? You also have to do some self-reflection, right? You got to be able to self-evaluate to understand out of all your relationships, there's a pattern. Am I the problem? So you got to be able to look in the mirror too to be able to say, "Hey, is this the same thing that keep happening with John, Peter, James, and Paul? Right? Am I the problem? Because maybe I should look into something different or who I'm attracting differently." So let me spin it a different route. Right? I'm gonna go a different route before I read low comments. Right? Let me go a different route. So manipulation, Lim, is not necessarily. Shout out to my brother Rob. He schooled me on this one too, right? But manipulation ain't always necessarily a bad thing, right? Like people get paid millions of dollars in sales to manipulate, to be able to convince you that McDonald's is better than Burger King. People get paid at the corporate level millions of dollars to manipulate, right? So manipulation does not always necessarily have to be a bad thing, right? Just like you read about Samson and Delilah, and you read about Adam and Eve, and all the negative comments that came with the manipulation. There was a lot of good manipulation in the Bible too, where a woman had intuition to be able to tell us what to do, how to do it, and give us a different perspective. So it's all about how you see things and look at things as well. So we ain't really doing no women bashing, but I want you to be able to understand specifically that manipulation don't always have to be a bad thing. What you say, Romy? And you can read. Lo came in with the Mr. Lim statistics on this thing, so she hit you with the 76%. Go and read it, Rom, and tell me what she say. Come on.
All right. All right. Hey, Lo, we appreciate your comment earlier and this one. She says the survey says 76% of women have been love bombed compared to men, 63%. So there we have the percentages. So that's pretty much more than 50%. 3/4 of the women pretty much been love bombed, and 2/3 of the men pretty much almost been love bombed. So when you think about it, both sides is pretty much almost neck and neck. So yeah, it's kind of
Even Steven, baby.
hey teeter totter. So when you really look at all of this stuff that's really going on, I see we got a lot of comments. Hey ladies, we appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming out. Hey,
Ooh, you know Sharice is gonna come in with one. You know
hey,
Sharice.
hey,
Sharice is
hey,
gonna
you,
come on
you,
the
you know,
backboard.
Sharice got that heat. All of them got that heat. But no,
Everybody gonna come on the backboard with you. Come on.
hey, no. But at the end of the day, what I see a lot of times is men, and I got to be real. What I see sometimes men uh do too much pump faking, as we would call it. It's kind of like they show the representative instead of showing the real. The two R's. We got a spot out here called Real Tacos. The two R's in the front. You know what I'm saying? You got to go out in this thing, as once you become a man, you got to own up to what it is that you're doing. If you dare to play the games, be real with these young ladies and say, "Hey, I'm just here for a good time, not a long time."
All right.
Hey,
So, all
one
right.
girl, one homegirl taught me this when I went to state at Michigan State. She said, if y'all just be real with us and tell us what you want, and stop playing these games, put the ball in our court, give us the option to say yay or nay to what it is that you're looking for. And I said, I know you lying. So you trying to tell me I could have been came over here. I was 38 hot, as they used to say. I'm sitting up here thinking I got to do all of this whining and dining, and I could have just came over here and just talked to you straight up. And she said, all you had to do was talk. She said, why you think I let you come to the room? And I said, the devil is a lie. Let's go over here and go eat. Cause I said, you ain't about to get me mad. But what I'm saying to you is that taught me a lot and it came from a woman. And to this day, anybody that know me, sometimes I feel like I'm too real because I'm not playing no games with you. The first 3 weeks, I'm hitting you with questions like we on a damn trial. Oh, I'm sorry for cussing people. I don't want y'all, don't judge me, folks. That was one of them, they got me riled up. All I'm saying is I'm giving you the real because I don't have time to play games with you. You talking about you looking for a husband, and I know I ain't trying to get married. I'm gonna be, hey, baby girl, I ain't the one. What you mean you ain't the one? I ain't the one going down there saying I do. I'm out here having fun. I see you at the bar. I see you in wherever we gonna go, but do not expect me to say I do. And sometimes women, y'all gotta stop thinking you can change the man because the dude already showed you his hand. For those who love to play spades, you can't show the other team what you got in your hand. When the man shows you his hand, he's a player. The hands, he's a player. Believe him. You got to go. Guess what? 6 foot or not, money or not. You know how they used to say on Freddie, ready or not, here I come. At the end of the day, watch out for the city slickers because they out there. And when he show you he's a wolf in sheep clothing, run the other way unless you ready to enjoy what comes with it.
So let me you know me. Let me shake the boat a little bit, right? Let me shake the boat, right? I'm gonna shake the boat. I'm tired of hearing from y'all, and I'm tired of talking for women. I got my own girl. I got my own girl Candace in here, and let's hey, bring her on in, right? Got my home girl Candace. Candace, come on, tell us about the love bombing. Right. Welcome, girl Candace. At the end of the day, we just appreciate women coming in to give some womanly or woman feminine advice, right? Because we really need it. We can only talk about this situation from a man point of view. So I want you to take your corporate hat off, like I always say. No, for real, take it off. Because we want to take off these gloves and fight, but we want to fight fair, but we want to hear a real woman perspective about love bombing. Come on, here's the thing. She always starts up with this. Here's the thing. Come on.
I do. Here's the thing. Love bombing. So I was just like waiting to dive in because it happens on both fronts, right? And like you mentioned, everything, every big, large negotiation, sale, whatever the case may be, is from negotiation, manipulation. It's a thing. It just is. However, with love bombing, I mean, what do they say? You can only hold your breath for so long before the truth comes out. And so I feel like everybody shows up as a representative. Everybody's gonna put their best foot forward and put on she gonna put on that tight dress that make her look snatched. He gonna get a fresh line for for the first date or whatever the case may be. And I feel like, if we lie to ourselves if we're not saying that everybody is going to show up as their representative. It's just that's just factual information. However, you can only hold that position for so long before the real you come out. You like, oh, he don't shower before he go to bed. Oh, he don't brush his teeth. Like, because that's a facade the person's putting on because they're trying to impress you. So it just is what it is, and that goes for women and it goes for men. I heard what y'all were saying about the women, but I feel like women are also love bombing a whole lot these days as well. Why? Because it's more women than there are men. So these women got to love bomb these men to try to trap them in their bubble and stuff as well. So it goes both ways. I'm not opposed to saying that I'm on both sides.
So what's the no, you can't get on both sides. We ain't gonna let you. We ain't gonna let you. You gonna have to pick a side,
Well, I feel like it's more prone with men in my experience and from the people that I watch that are dating or single or whatever. Um, these men they have love bombing down to a T. They know what to say, how to say, they know how to position you. And I feel like some of them do it to women that they cannot afford. Not financially. They cannot afford this woman emotionally. They know that she's way out of their league. So because of the scarcity mindset and because it's not enough men, they are throwing the kitchen sink in. They're throwing the kitchen sink, picking up in a Rolls Royce that they borrowed from their cousin. They pulling up to the 7 6 star hotel and doing all the things so that they can entrap this woman fast before she realizes what the truth is, right? So it's they killing it. They killing the game immediately out the gate. But how long are you gonna hold on to that? You can't. You can only hold your breath for so long before the
right?
before the real truth comes out.
what is the problem then? What is the problem with love bombing if, in fact, I'm saying all the things and I have good intentions? Because I
Mhm.
really like you. And you probably are out of my league. However, I still want to go ahead and be with you. I still want to go ahead and drop everything that I'm talking about for you. And then things change, right? Because you change. I.e., Lim said, you changed. You said you could cook. You said you weren't gonna wear no bonnet and them raggedy pajamas to bed. That's what you told me. And at the end of the day, these are all of the things that you are doing that you love bomb too. So now we back at Rome said it's a Tita, it's an even Steven matchup. So how do we come to a resolve? Like what and we got people saying, give us examples. I mean, it's a lot of comments right here. You popping right.
Okay, so I'll give you an example. An example is, he calling morning, noon, and night. Good morning, beautiful. I wanted to hear your voice. I just want to start the day with a prayer. May God cover you, keep you, protect you, all of the things. Fast forward, he get them drop. He what you say, Lim? He get that thing, and the rest is history. That's no longer a thing. You love bomb. You deposited so that you could pull everything out, get what you need to get, and now it's a wrap. Ain't no phone calls. It's like, yeah, what's up? Like now it's not a thing anymore. Now you're not. Now the woman's now pursuing that man. Now it's in reverse. Now she's chasing him because and initially she was surprised and he love bombed her and he put in all this stuff into her and she's thinking that she's gonna get all this stuff out. So now he's withdrawing way more than what he put in.
Come on,
Love
Lim. Come
bombing.
on. I'm gonna shut up. Come on in here, Lim. Come on
All
in.
right, she made me think about something, and it's no other way to say it. I think some men go through post nut clarity. I have to say it. I'm just gonna say it. And basically, after they get the draws, the thing, then all that excitement kind of just womp 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 womp. It just goes, it dissipates. Uh, yes. Thank you, director, selector. Thank you, selector. So it kind of goes in that route, and so what ends up happening is the way to kind of mitigate this situation, I think I figured it out. Now this is not easy because you have to come to a level of honesty, transparency, and communication, and most people don't want to do that because that requires us to be vulnerable. So, but if we could get two people to come to the table and say, "Listen, this is who I really am. This is how I am. This is what I want." A woman say, "I can't cook. I'm gonna be right. I can't cook like your grandmama." So let's do that right there. And then do like, well, baby, then here's my thing. I don't have a Rolls Royce, or I may not have all the 666s, all the sixes. So if you can get people to kind of do that in the beginning, it saves a lot of time in case he was just trying to get the thing. She was trying to get her needs met. I mean, I'm talking about sexual, but just her relationship desires and goals met, and they weren't on the same page. Dating is hard because people are lying, both sides. And if the way to get away from the lying, if you're serious, and you got to be sick and tired. That's the other thing. Both parties have to be sick and tired of all the stuff that they've been going through the last 10 years, 5 years, 4 years, whatever. So if you're really sick and tired, you'll have that come to Jesus conversation, which is, hey, I'm tired. You tired? I'm tired. Well, let's talk. Let's have a real conversation. What you really want? What you really want? I mean, do you want a relationship? Are you trying to get married? Right? Is this is about sex? Now, what I will say to Rome's point, and I believe this with all my heart. If you now this is for fellas listening to this. If you were able to come at a woman and be like, look, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm not trying to get married, but I do want to have regular relations in that way. You got needs, I got needs. Now, if we at this point in our life where we can do this, you'd be surprised. Now, not every woman is going to accept those terms, but I've heard women they've said this. I so much appreciate that brother than the one who wasted 6 months of my time lying to me just to get that and then be like, womp, 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 womp. Come on, director, give me that. You know, at the end of the day, yeah, that's my man. Women, and today are sick of wasting 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, knick-knacking, patty-whacking with a dude that really knew. He knew up front he wasn't about that life. He knew up front he wasn't about that life. And
Let
if
her, let her
I'm
in
gonna
there.
go ahead, go ahead, come on in, come on in, come on in.
He knew he wasn't about that life, but he wants her in his inventory.
Yes, I agree. I
So
agree.
he gonna play the game in order to keep her on the bench. She's offering something, and he needs to keep her in inventory. So he needed her buy-in. He loved Bomb, so he could put her on the bench and lock her in, and then also to get her to lower her walls, to let her walls down. So all that love bombing is so that she can be like, oh my God, I'm so in love with him. The woman falls in love with the man. Her walls, whatever, done came down. Now she's madly in love with this false persona of dude who's never going to be that man. Now it's a chase because she needs that feeling back. She's like, wait a minute, wait, where did he go? So I just wanted to add that in. I just wanted to throw that in there
So
because it.
one of the comments I think is really, really great. My sister Sharice came in and she said, "So what happened when you do all that flattering and love bombing, and then the intimacy is extremely whack? So not even about the sex. What about the intimacy? Because I thought it was going to be different. I thought you said you cared for me. You said you was going to care for my feelings and how was my day. You don't even care no, but you used to rub the back of my head. You used to look me in my eyes and say, 'Baby, I love you. I care about what you're going through. Is there anything I could do to help?' You used to rub my feet. Now you say my feet stink. You say I snore when I sleep. Like, it's a lot of stuff you didn't switch the gears on, right? And so what I'm saying to you is, outside of that, how could we come up? Come on, Rome. You could take me on up out of here. So, Rome, what do you say? Because all men, see, I just want to switch the gears. Because all men ain't out here for the sex and the sex being whack. Believe it or not, it's some men out here that want true relationships too. I was just telling Candace, we were talking early in the week. I was just saying, hey, I got somebody. He really, really looking for somebody. He really want to find somebody he can fall in love with. Somebody that love God. Somebody that want to be, all the things for him specifically. We talked about this. So what you say?
Number on it. How many men do you think is out there that's looking for love like a woman is? How
But
many?
that's
How
why
would you say?
that's why I passed it to Rome, because I'm gonna let Rome sit up here and talk about the gentleman that's truly gentleman. They don't care about just sex and how many numbers we got. It's real true men still out here. Come on, Rome, tell them.
Let me give a personal experience because I live in Atlanta. When you're in Atlanta, the first thing women want to know is, are you a down low? And I would always have to say, capital no. I can show you better than I can tell you. Ain't no need of us even going there. So I used to always have to throw that out there. Then they would ask, how many kids do you have? I say none. They start looking at you crazy if you're over 25 and you don't have kids. And I used to always say, why do you got to look at me different? Because I chose not to have drama in my life. When I have kids, I want it to be a wife and not somebody, a situationship. I said, why do you judge me for doing the right thing when you so used to toxic? And the girl told me, hey, you too deep for me. I got to go. And I told her, that's what I like to do. I want to expose all of y'all fake ones and find me the real one because I don't need somebody over here. But let's flip, like my brother would say, let's rock the boat. Let's talk about the dudes that get married and you pump fake and did the Dave Chappelle got you be, made me believe you was gonna be this lovely, sexy, everything in that bedroom, and I'm over here looking like once out the month. We got a problem here. We got a problem here. If you think we got a problem, if you think I'm about to survive in Atlanta of all places once out the month, that
So
ain't gonna get it.
for the sake of time, so
Yes, sir.
he talked about the gay TL.
Yeah.
Now, Candace, come on in here. What is your rebuttal about being Dave Chappelle? Gotcha.
I feel like, well, and y'all mentioned this before in the conversation, but that's where your discernment comes in at. That's where your sharpened, hearing from God comes in. That's where if you don't have a discernment, maybe your intuition kick in something. Because how can you date a person? I can't remember where I read it, and I won't take credit for it. But it's like you should date a person every season of the year and every season of their life, through job loss, through grief, through financial whatever, whatever, so that you can see the strain of this person come out before you make the decision to marry them. So if you still everything's still surface, and that person, and you get married to that person, it may not be time for that yet. That's kind of how I feel about it. And at a certain point, I said it before, you can only hold your breath for so long before the representative is at bay. Now she throwing her heels off. She got a bonnet on, and she done picked up 25 pounds, and you looking like, I thought you get your hair done every week. I thought your nails stay done. Yeah, that's a real thing. So you have to
So,
date somebody long enough so the representative can go away, and you have to let them get close to you so that the truth can be revealed. Because if not, y'all playing patty cake. It's not real.
hey, look, Candace, these comments going up. Hey, so these comments going up. So she hit you with the what do you do then? Because y'all always talking about one side, but what happens when the woman get the ring and then the intimacy ain't there no more, and it ain't talking about something after I won the prize. So you gave me the ring, I got married to you, and now you want me to just sit at home, and now the intimacy or the sex ain't hitting on nothing, and I'm not satisfied. What about the woman perspective? Hey, that was good, Sharice. I like that.
Hey, let me comment on that. Hey, Sharice, I appreciate that. What I always tell the fellas, let me first say this. When I go to sports bars and all of those things, and people see the wedding ring, the first thing fellas always ask me is, how did you know she was the one? That is the question men ask me every time. And y'all women always bash men, all men this, all men that. It is men that want to be married, but their fear of getting the wrong one is greater than saying I do. And so until that fear leaves, you may not find that boo because he got that fear. So they got to talk to real men. So I take that serious when I'm out because I can mess this up for that young man. And so what I tell them every time is, if you don't know God, you won't know her. Because if you knew God, God is going to confirm, hey, that's the one. You better go get that number. Yeah, she with that dude, but that dude is her brother. That dude is a coworker. That dude, you better be real creative on how you get over there to get to that young lady, but don't let that young lady leave because God will confirm it. And that's where the whole see, I could get deep, but I'll just say that's where the Holy Spirit comes in at because you get some revelation and you got to know that this is the one for you. So we're not talking intuition, we're talking God. And so when you go to the King of Kings, you get that confirmation as a man. And so when I'm talking to brothers, I have to talk to them on a level. So I always say, write down what you want in a woman, the characteristics, the nurturing you're seeking, all of those type of things that you want her to be, write it down because she might be right in front of you at work. And yeah, you might have to leave that job and go somewhere else to date her, but she might be at your job. She might be at the supermarket right now. She might be the bank teller. She might be the lady at the bookstore. It doesn't matter. You might meet her on a flight and just in passing talking and like, hey, where you going? Hey, where you going? So at the end of the day, make sure you know what you're looking for in a woman. So when she's in front of you, you like, thank you, Lord. I'm not letting this one pass me. Yeah, she late for her flight. Hey, let me get your IG. Let me give you my business card. I'm not losing your information before I get on this flight. And I'm about to drop the mic. I'm out.
Yeah, that's some real persistence. That's chasing after you. So come on, Candace. Before I give it to Lim on these clothes, I love this one, man.
I was just gonna say though, on top of that, it's called a no compromise list. We compromise so much. Like, oh, I said I didn't want no kids, but Shorty cold. Well, guess what? You put that on the list. This is your no compromise. Man, she pretty. Da, da, da. So then we forego what we promised ourselves. Women that say, "Woo, okay, well the coin is nice. He's buying bags." No, you said you didn't want someone that was a narcissist. It is
Right.
what it is. And you have to keep the promise to yourself. Very simple. And not get distracted from it. Then
Hold
also I
on.
wanted to hit on one more point before I hush, but that's where healthy dating comes in. Not a roster, not being a pimp or a player, but healthy
Uh-oh.
dating. Kissing
Uh-oh.
a few frogs before God reveals to you who the man is. Going through and be like, nope, that's not it. He's selfish, can't do it. This, like understanding and not tasting a variety of sauces, if you will, but understanding that's not for me. This is for me. This is what I really desire. This is what I need. That's all.
No, that's some good stuff, right? Now you see why I'm trying to get you on for this, because the people need to hear this. Come on, Lim. The people need to hear this before we.
Right. Cherie
What
said
you
it, vetting.
say, Lim? Come on.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that's putting comments on our page. This is really great dialogue. We are communicating. You guys give us ideas, so I love this. Now, here's what I want to say,
Uh-oh.
and I love the young lady. Is Sharice? Is it Sharice? What's your name, baby?
No, Sharice in the comment. This is Candace right here online.
Candace. I love your input. Here's what I want to say. A few things. I'm glad that we have two brothers on the show who are married. I'm a single guy. I'm just gonna bring it my way. I'm gonna put it on me. And so I've had situations where I've been honest with women about my intentions. And initially they said, you know what, I'm not with that. And then later on they double back. And the reason why they double back is because they say, you know what, I got out there in these mean streets and these niggas keep lying to me. And you're the only one that just said, listen, it is what it is. And I got needs too, so I went on and double back. I'm gonna say that. That's a true story. But back to the story. Let's put a bow on this thing. The bow on this thing is this. I heard Sharice say, what do you do when the intimacy is lacking on the other side? I want to be intimate, and my man is like lacking. Right? She asked that question. Y'all always talking about women lacking, but what are we doing men lacking? So I've heard all kind of stories about this. It's not in the woman's nature wholeheartedly to cheat on the man. So how do you reel him back in when intimacy is kind of waning on his end? Your motive, lady, should be find out what got my man's pecker out of whack, right? Find out, and I'm not talking about the one in between his legs, y'all. Ladies, a man got a pecker up here too. So you got to find out where's his head at. Where is it gone? That's a lot of work to do. Why is he feeling? Why is this not going this way? Communication. That's one of the big things is communication. Now back to the summary. Let's do the summary. So to put a bow on all this thing, men and women love bomb, ladies and gentlemen. We both do it. And we don't want to play a tit for tat game. So the number one thing that we got to bring into this is what kind of communication we gonna have. How honest can we be? Are we adults? Are we sick of our past results to try to get something that's a little different from our past? Now, I will say this to my ladies. Another controversial take before I go. How do you maximize your dating options without adding to your bed count? So that by the time you meet the one, the mileage on your mind, your spirit, your body has not exceeded the value of the person that you're presenting to this man at this point in time in your life. Now that's harsh. It sounds harsh. But even for us, it goes the same way. We can't get in a position where we present something to you at 40 because we're tired, we're beat up, we've ran through all these women, and now we're coming to you with a less than with a generic product, a version of ourselves. So we all owe it to ourselves to bring the best possible version of ourselves at the time we want to meet that person. I'm gonna leave it like this. Big Mama agree with me. You don't become a viable relationship candidate the day you meet the person. The journey starts before you meet the person. You don't become a wife when you put on the wedding dress. You want to be a wife? That starts while you're waiting for him. So you can't do unwifely things on the road to, I was gonna say Damascus. This word is in me, but on your road to the promised land. And for us men, same thing. We don't become a husband or a boyfriend the day we meet her. The process starts on the way. So we have to use some bringing our minds into subjection. It's not easy, but we have to do it if we want to offer a wholehearted, beautiful product to one another. I'm gonna leave it like that. That's
I
my
love
bow on it.
I love it. Thank you. Them some good closing remarks, and I think Big Mama would be proud of you, man. That was good. That was good. Come on in here with your closing remarks, Romy. Let Romy come in and we'll let Candace go last. Come on, Romy. What you got?
Hey, first of all, like Lim did, man, ladies, y'all came with the heat tonight. We really appreciate y'all comments, y'all questions, things like that. I'm gonna use an analogy, well, not analogy, but a scripture, parable from the Bible. The Lord hit the people with the parable of the 10 virgins. 5 did the right thing, and 5 didn't do the right thing. 5 had the lantern and the oil. They was ready for that husband. You know what I hear all the time? I'm waiting for my Boaz. Well, are you really? Because I got a whole book on you, young lady, because I know you personally. And they say, what you mean you got a book on me? I said, well, I can help you out. What you mean? You got to lose this with your appearance. You got to lose this because men are visual creatures. It's certain things that you already showing me. You got an old fashioned style, but yet I'm 32. I don't want to see you looking 92 and you 32. No disrespect to my older saints, but you get what I'm saying. You got to dress the way that the people your age is doing. And another thing, young ladies, it's okay to dress sexy and classy. When you start going the other direction, you too close to what people would call the 304s. It's hard to distinguish if you're a 304 or if you're looking for your Boaz. When you dressing like the ones that's on Figaro, the ones that's
No,
on
no,
and how,
no, no. Hey, Lip
hey,
was saying,
hey,
no, no,
hey, hey,
no.
hey, all I'm saying to you is, like I said, sexy and classy is different. We're talking about the A word and trashy is certain things that you can't do when you claiming you want your Boaz. It doesn't exist. The men you're going to attract is going to be the flies on you know what. There's not going to be the guys that you want to say, Dad, this is my man, blah, 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 blah. The man that you would want to present to your father and he can ask for your hand in marriage. That's not going to be the men you're going to attract. You're going to meet the guys who want to take you to what? Pound Town. And let's be real, that's the songs that's out here. I got to give y'all the real because we all grown and we dealing with 2024. Even if you a saint out there, watch out for the ain'ts. Beware of the wolves and make sure you dress in the part. That's my take, folks. Y'all ladies, be up. Fellas, be up. Keep your mind ready. Be real. Don't be fake.
Oh my God, that is so funny. Sharice, gotta keep going with some heat. We're gonna have to get you next show. But come on in, Candace, man. Go on, say your last exit remarks,
I don't
man.
even know how to follow that. I think it's a matter of, in this dating culture, just guarding your heart. Guarding your heart, because our soul is not just a soul tie is not just intimacy. It's not just sexual relations or whatever. It's your mind, your will, and your emotions. So just being mindful of your heart. And it sounds mush gush, but even with men, just being raw, real, and authentic with yourself. If you know you're not in a space to be dating because you dogging and you hurt and you just chill.
I,
Sorry. I'm
I,
sorry. I don't know if it knocked me off.
yeah, no, we can see you.
Uh
Go ahead. We can see you.
okay, sorry. Yeah, so it my phone knocked me off, I apologize. But it's about being real, authentic, keeping it a buck with ourselves, the people around us, keeping that list and holding tight to it, regardless of if she fine or he fine or whatever. Keeping it real with yourself so that you can be real with other people. And when God presents them, you'll be prepared and ready for them. That's it. That's all.
I, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Well, let me.
Bombing come, you can find out, when that love bombing approaches, you'll be able to discern it because you know yourself. You've gotten to a raw space with yourself. So when you feel that coming, you're discerning like, nope, call the bit off because that's not real and it's not authentic and it's gonna scoop you up and you're gonna get stuck and stay well beyond what you're supposed to.
No, I really appreciate it. So for the sake of time, I'm gonna just hit y'all with a in last Big Mama isms, right? First of all, I hear Sharice was talking about the dress. This don't have nothing to do with what you wear, sexy red or whatever, right? This is about what's in your heart. This is about integrity. This is about character. This is about affirmations. And so everything that we do on this show, we lead with love, right? Every single thing we do, we lead with love. And so the Big Mama isms I'm going to choose today: if you lay down with dogs, you will wake up with fleas. And so I'm gonna say that again. If you lay down with dogs, you'll wake up with fleas. And what that means is everybody said it throughout this show. You got to have discernment. You got to have intuition. You got to be able to be intuitive about what's happening with who you're dating. You have to be intentional with your dating. And you have to be able to understand if you are the issue or problem. So we always talk about therapy. We always talk about all of that, but you should be able to be self-aware. Am I leading this young lady on? Am I leading this man on? If I go on this trip, what is this really saying to him? Am I really clear with my communication? Big Mama showed us how to be able to go out here to act right. And I just want y'all to be able to understand in this crucial dating world that we live in, with all the stuff that's happened instantly, like love is blind. We meet each other and we get married automatically just because we connected behind a wall. And then, marriage at first sight, we meet at the altar. All of this stuff is instant. But you got to be able to understand, Big Mama and them used to use the crock pot. And so good love, true love, take time. And I want y'all to continue to have faith and hope that it all come together. Thank you so much, Candace, for joining our show. Thank you so much for Heike and Lo and Jerky and Sharice and everybody else that was in the comments. We really, really appreciate it. We thank Lim. We even thank Bishop while he out. And thank you so much for Suge for all you do. And don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and hit the notification button. We'll see y'all next week. Love y'all.